Here it comes. There we go. You
Yeah,
are live. Divyael, my friend, here we are back again.
super. So
Thank
we see if there's anybody who's a bit lost and wants some questions answering and things like that. And they're very
Sure,
welcome. They're very
sure.
welcome.
Let me just take a second. I'll post this to my page and your page here, and that will help the cause.
Hmm.
This morning was wonderful. I think we had about 80 people on with us.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm.
Yes, and some wonderful comments. I don't know if you got a chance to see any of the comments.
And down here, it's got private chat, but I don't see anything on mine.
Yes. So the my page DVL is called Lou Martin Dash Spiritual Channel. I
Okay.
sent you the link to that on I think it was probably on Messenger. If
Okay.
you or Jeanette can grab that, you can see all the comments on that page.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Let's see. I'll give you some while we're getting sorted. Kathy Harris says, "Thank you all. Still waking up here in Canada. This is your lady in Quebec, I guess. I woke up to rise and shine and give God the glory, glory, playing in my head, joined at the end of the meditation, but caught the replay." So that's Kathy from Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Rita Wilson, thank you both. Bless you both. Thank you so much. Leslie McNay, thank you. It was really lovely. Cheryl Carey, very strong and magical. Shamila, my friend in the UK, morning Lou, and your special guest. Dawn Lavinia, thank you. Rita Wilson, found you late. Julie Hall, thank you. Rinnie Van Gans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so lots of great feedback there. Yes. So
Yeah.
Okay, go here. So I'm just getting myself sorted here, DVL. Maybe you'd say a little bit just to kind of fill the time about what kind of work you do and where you're at and how people can find you and this kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been on this journey for about 36 maybe years, something like that, 36, 37 years now. And I started when I was at the university working, and then started
See a little bit. Sorry, go on.
And started taking a little bit of meditation groups and things like that. And then it just evolved and evolved,
Right.
Until one day I think it was the year 2000, I went to India and was given a very beautiful energy.
Yes.
At the beginning, it was the Christ consciousness, you see.
Okay.
And then also realized that it could be the Krishna consciousness or Shiva consciousness or any consciousness that all these masters that have walked on earth, you see.
Yes.
And when they gave me this, the being that came in spirit that gave it to me was Guru Nityananda.
Okay.
And then it took me a year before I realized what to do with this energy.
Right.
And I was in Mount Shasta. Yeah, Mount Shasta, actually.
Oh, okay. A place I've been many times. Yeah.
That's when things went click, 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 in my head.
Right.
And so what I do now is that I take groups as big as they want to come and give them what we call Shaktipat, you see? A bit like Amma and Mother Mira and many gurus in India do it as well.
Yes.
So that's the gift that I work with now,
Yes. Great. So I posted it. Thank you, DVL. Great to hear all that and so much to talk about right there. I've posted to your page and to my page, and we've got people coming on this homepage here, which is Lou Martin Spiritual Channel. And Sarah Williams is here, who's one of my favorite light workers. Definitely, I mentioned her and to you and you to her and all that. Get you two connected. Kathy Harris, again, from Ontario. Dawn Lang. So great to have. Let's see, some new JD. So yeah, So let's go into this for a second, if I may, my friend. And I just want to say also, you and I did another wonderful interview for about an hour. So that's on my YouTube channel, and that's on your page as well. So people can hear the details of your awakening story, which really blew me away, brother. Just extraordinary. But can you talk a little bit about, after you had your experience, that it took you a year to begin to figure out how to work with it?
Yeah, it was quite a huge awakening, but it was so big, that it took a long time to integrate, and I think many people sometimes don't realize that the energy is in your auric field, and it takes time to integrate into the physical, and this energy that was given to me, took a year to integrate, a whole year. And
Yes.
it was only when I went to, like I said, to Mount Shasta to celebrate Wisak that it all fell into place. And then since then, it just what happens is that when I have a group of people, my light beings, they surround me like a tube of light,
Yes.
and in that, when I touch somebody,
Yes.
they transfer energy of the Christ consciousness, but now I call it the divine consciousness, because our energy is much higher than it used to be.
Wow.
So I think what happens is that it awakens people in the sacred heart.
Yes.
So when I touch them, they just gently fall backward.
Okay.
And obviously, I have a friend who stood behind.
Yes.
To hold them and put them onto the floor.
Yes.
And then I guided as to where to put my hand onto the chakra systems.
Okay.
To unblock any blockages. And that will only take me about 60, 70 seconds.
Wow.
And then what I do is I forget, I walk away from there and allow their individual masters, teachers, light beings to come in, and the galactic healers as well to come in and work on them. You see?
Oh, yes. Brilliant.
And they could be on the floor from half an hour to an hour.
Right.
And what you experience is some people cry, some people cough, some people start singing, some people start laughing, so all sorts of things. Yes.
Right. Brilliant. Yes.
And there's always a change in that person afterwards. Always a change, you see.
Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll give you an example of a lady who was like a healer and like a shiatsu masseur. And she said after your session, about a week after your session, when I was giving a massage to people, she was feeling that her fingers were going into their body, into the body for massaging, And even the lady who was receiving it said that I felt like you were in my body when you were giving me massage. So that was a consciousness change for them.
Yes.
And it is very, very incredible what happens to people when they receive this energy.
Yes.
Some have said that how they find it easier to connect to their soul's energy and receive information for their movement forward, for their life. Yeah. Brilliant. So much happens, and it's very difficult to put it in words as to what the divine does for you. And you could see now as the world out there, that what is happening there. We have been waiting for this for quite some time.
Yeah, well, very good. Take the ball, my friend. Let's go in that direction. Tell me your thoughts about what's happening on the planet right now.
Yeah, I felt 2 years ago that there was going to be a change. Something incredibly special was going to happen. Um, and last year, I had a feeling that maybe um, the change that was going to come was going to be quite destructive in a way on the physical level. Obviously, it came in a most opposite way, in a way that it happened in a very, very quiet way, you know.
Yes, yes,
And this is the results.
yeah,
We and you and I have talked about this, about the financial system breaking down, and the life attitude and the way the people are awakening are completely different to what they thought it was going to be.
sure.
Um, and the most important thing was that how uh, people are beginning to see that how much lies there has been, been put out there
Yeah,
to mind control. And we were, I mean, me and you know that we were never ever free from these people that are always doing mind control or manipulation and things. Now, the ones that are even just awakening are beginning to see what.
yeah,
I nearly sweat then. What these people are up to, they're
sure.
beginning to see that, and it's in a way it's backfiring on them. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
they have they somehow, without knowing, has exposed themselves
yeah. That's well said. Yeah,
to
yeah,
who they are,
yeah,
and and I say to many light workers is to stay in their own power, to stay in their own centeredness, because some of them are in so much fear that if you try to help them, uh, it will backfire on you, or they might even attack you for what you're trying to say to them. You know,
sure, sure.
uh, and so the main thing is that I would say to light workers is that just send your light out and do nothing, and
Yeah,
let the energy work with their higher self.
yeah,
And if it's when it's the right time for them to listen,
yeah,
then the energy will come through. You
yeah,
see, uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it.
and this is one of the things I said, and what we did this morning with the meditation, it was exactly what we needed to do, just to
Yes,
send light. You know,
yes,
uh, incredibly powerful. I think one or two other friends have just phoned me up and said that how emotional they felt, and
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and they had tears and all sorts of things. And it was wonderful to hear. Wonderful
Yes,
to
yes. It's a blessing, isn't it?
hear.
No,
Yes.
it's great, my friend. You're speaking my heart. This is when we talk about awakening and bringing the energies through. Which we both do in a different way. But in a similar way.
Mm,
It's always very expansive and uplifting and enlightening for me when I get to do it. And as you and I know, the heart is the center of the universe.
mm, mm.
That is where all change really happens. And as you're saying so beautifully, the world has been thrown into a chapter of fear at the moment. And for the last few months, and we're still slowly digging our way out and looking for the truth of this situation. And you said it perfectly. We're really being asked to be in our power and not create a lot of drama and conflict while people heal their own inner drama and conflict, which all of us have some part of that. And that you and I and people like us, everyone listening here, Judith and Sarah, Jay, Shamila, etc., that we can keep working with our own inner practice and cleaning our side of the glass, as I like to say, and coming from a place of peace and knowing that things are going to resolve and be okay. Wouldn't you say?
I think one of the things that is happening quite deeply, I feel, is that the awakening of your sacred heart.
Yes.
And a lot of people understand the heart chakra, but not understanding a deeper understanding of what the sacred heart stands for.
Yes, talk about that, please. Yeah.
And the easiest way of mentioning that is you can find a picture of Sananda or Jesus, if you want to call him.
Yeah.
And there's 3 lights coming out of his heart.
Yeah.
And the sacred heart is between the thymus gland and the heart chakra, and it's in between. You see, and in that sacred heart sits the Christ.
Okay.
The Christ seed. You see, and in one of the attributes that are there is the blue, the gold, and the pink.
Yes.
I didn't realize that the picture behind me has all the colors.
Oh, good. Good. Yes, the trifold flame, we call it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is power, wisdom, and love. And it's all in balance, everything is in balance there. Not one is more.
This morning's angel card, harmony.
Yeah, exactly. Balance. Everything is in balance. All 3 aspects of that is in your heart, is in balance. And this divine consciousness hits you there. When the energy comes in and when it touches you, it touches the sacred heart.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is that just to give that energy to that heart, Yeah. And this is my work. This is my work, to awaken the sacred heart.
Yes.
And
we'll give you space to do that before we finish off here again, if you're up for that.
Yeah. We can do that before we go. Right. And
my guides call it the heart of hearts.
Yes. And sometimes when I'm sat on my own, and maybe many of our listeners who are there now have seen this experience in a way that when I start to bring this energy in, I see figures. You can't see faces or anything like that, but you see outlines, like the head and the shoulders, but it's fluid. It's always moving. It's not solid like our body is.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's always moving. They're always moving.
Well, of course, they're in another dimension. So
correct. And I've seen them sometimes when I've been working. They bring people onto a crystal bed.
Okay.
Pure crystal bed. Yeah. And there's like 3 or 4 of them working on each person, and just give them what they need in this moment of time.
Yes. Beautiful.
I'm sure our listeners will be, we would be very grateful if they have anything to share with us.
Sure. Sure.
Because
go ahead. Let me just catch up with what the comments are, Divyael, if I may.
Okay.
Yeah, there's about 21 on at the moment here. Judith Allison says, I send out each morning and last thing at night. The love and light across the globe. I work with Jesus energy full of love. I never stopped hugging, if it's welcomed by a recipient, touch is so special and important, Sarah says. Alietia Actura, the Holy of Holies.
Allah, yes. She's in Spain. No, so in Ibiza.
Ibiza. Okay.
Yeah.
How do we say her name, Jeanette?
Alatea.
Well, great to have you here. Yeah. So I mean, everyone's just cheering us on here. You know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I have been to Ibiza and worked with Alatea, bringing groups of people together.
Great.
And so this is my, I suppose, how can you say, my mission here on earth.
Sure.
That's all I feel, and I've been very, very grateful to these wonderful beings that I came to a point when I was working at the university.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, if you can open the door for me, I want to get out of here. And they did for me.
Good.
Yeah. They came up with this early retirement, and I took it. And
right.
And I've been retired now, I think, for 13 years, maybe. So it's good. It's been very, very good. I think many beings, or human beings I'm talking about here on earth, because the way it is out there right now, they question if they've done the right thing,
Yeah.
and because it's so isolating.
Yeah.
And it is that. When I 2 years ago, I was in India and I met this guru in the mountains, and he was living in a cave, and I asked him a question, that if the divine wants me to do something more than what I'm doing now,
yes,
what would it be?
Okay.
And he just looked at me, he shook his head, and he said, "It is between you and the divine." Right. And it's a very simple sentence, Lou. It's a very simple, but if you look into that sentence, and analyze it and study, it means so much.
Sure.
Whatever you do between out here is between you and the divine.
Yes.
And it's nothing to do with your husband, your daughter, children, nothing. It's nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
It's between you and the divine.
Yes.
And you never ever wrong.
Right.
Nothing is wrong what you do.
Right.
See?
Right. Yeah.
Everything is imperfection.
Yes.
Because as we are still in our human body, we're going to make mistakes.
Of course.
We are going to make mistakes. I've seen huge masters making mistakes. I went to India to Sai Baba, and I saw him getting irritated with somebody.
Sure.
And then I went to with a group of people and went to Maharishi's ashram.
Yes.
And the things that he was up to was like, whoa.
Sure, man. Sure. Yes.
Because you're in the human body.
That's right. Make many mistakes every day and enjoy them is my attitude as well. Yeah. Let's come back to, I love what you're saying here about Sarah says meditation is the key. Alatea says so true and so profound. The theme that you and I have been talking about since we reconnected, I think, is the importance of having this personal connection with God, with Source, with the divine, practicing this every day, and really trusting it, isn't it? That's where the rubber meets the road, because we can be clear, but what we trust is our personal truth. We're talking about how important the truth is, and it's only going to become more important, and that we act on our truth, and we allow everyone else to trust and act on their truth. And we recognize that every one of us is a child of the divine, perfect, whole, and complete, and yet we're full of mistakes and idiosyncrasies and personality and all that. It's like having a foot in each world, the human and the divine.
Yeah, it's like the message that Jesus message that was given this morning. that you are never alone. Plus, I will never abandon you. I
Yes.
will never abandon you.
Yes.
And in there, you have to take this trust, like you say, is that trust, and that's the difficult thing. You see, between the spirit world and the physical world.
Sure.
How can you trust 100%? 100%.
I'll settle for 51. You understand? I'll settle for just that much clarity about the next step or the next move. Let me share a beautiful quote here. Judith Allison, when we trust in the divine, which she says she's done for 39 years. You're in the 36-year club. I'm in the 33-year club. She's in the 39-year club. She says, I have had some very insightful experiences as a channel, but here's the quote, made my day. She says, only love can win.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
John Lennon.
Yes. Well, yes. All you need is love. There you go. That's that. Yeah.
Yes. I know Judith. She's a beautiful woman. We've been invited to her home a couple of times for meals and things like that.
Brilliant.
Very heart-centered. Very beautiful.
Yes. Well, and can I say, my friends, just like you and I are connecting, and Jeanette and Jane, and these lovely folks here on with us, there is, I just need to say this, there's a real gathering of the tribe right now. We're at a really pivotal moment in the evolution of consciousness on the planet. I think all of us can agree with that. And, we really do want to recognize ourselves and recognize each other and help and support and empower each other to whatever degree we can, to be a blessing to each other, etc. So we're all kind of coming together now to help lift each other up to the next step, the next level of trusting, I'd say.
Yes. And this coming together like this on StreamYard.
Yes.
So people can connect with us. They can ask a question, and we can answer as much as we can.
Sure.
That we
just enjoying keeping company with yourself and myself here, and being in the vibe and throwing in their amens.
Yes. Because sometimes when you, like I said, I think the last time we spoke, when you carry big energies, your light is bright, you will be challenged with this wonderful energy that you carry.
Sure.
And then it is how strong you are in your constitution that you say, yeah, fine. I've been there, I got the t-shirt, things like that.
Yeah.
And somebody said, never doubt that you will not be challenged. Even Jesus was challenged when he was in the 40 days and 40 nights,
Sure.
So it will happen to us as well.
Yes.
And if it does happen, we are here to help each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well said. Very well said. Yeah. 2 steps up and 1 step back. That's all I know, Divyael. Like you're saying, Gandhi had his problems, and Jesus had his problems, and everyone's got problems on planet Earth. It's one of the things I love about you, my dear man, is, if you've got a decent sense of humor, everyone, you stand a fighting chance. And if you're really in trouble in this world, because it's easy to take everything personally and seriously and be offended. One of my practices has been reading the Course in Miracles every morning for the last few years. And, that keeps stripping away the layers and levels of the ego and our attachment and all of that. We've like you said, you asked God to set you free, and he did. And it's just always inspiring to know, as I was saying in the channeling this morning, our prayers are heard and answered. The answer is always yes. The question for us is, do we have, as you said, the strength, the faith, the trust to believe that, to let that in, to let go of our attachments? That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it is like that. It is like that. It is. It's a very interesting time, and I have a question here for us. May I? Yeah.
Yeah, very good. We got our first question, DBL. Brace yourself. Joe, yes, celebration. Joe asks, Joe Llewellyn, what's the best way to balance myself presently, please? Because 1 minute I'm flying high, the next I can't move physically, I'm drained. I'm drinking gallons of water like an entire detox. Do you want to work with that?
Yeah. Joe, is it Joe? Did you say?
Yes, Joe Llewellyn. Yeah.
Right. I would say to Joe is this: that there's so many things happening on so many different levels, Joe. Because one of the things that is happening is many people forget is that you are doing a lot of astral traveling in the night. You're traveling, and because of the light that you carry, you also are doing a lot of work, and you're going. We are going into dense areas to clear. And one of the things that you could do, like we did the God's vacuum cleaner meditation 2 weeks ago or so, use that to clean areas. And if you speak to your guide and say, keep me connected and aware of what I do when I'm in my sleep state, they will try and connect with you to where you go, and some of the areas we go to are really dense, really dense. And so when you come back, after finishing your work, you will feel drained and sometimes even depressed, or even sometimes upset for no reason. And so what it happens to me as well. So what I do, I just stay in bed for a few minutes or so and work with the violet flame. But now I do more the ultraviolet and clear.
Yes.
And you take some time for it to clear because of the physical body. The energy clears very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But the physical body needs to come back into centeredness again.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So that's, I would say that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, DBL. I mean, that makes perfect sense. What comes up for me personally is, integration, like you're saying, and how we're me and my other conscious friends and whatnot, we some days we'll say, as you and I were saying the last few days, wow, the energy has been really intense. And sometimes we're like dizzy or practically out of our body, or a little lightheaded or exhausted. Friday, I didn't get off the sofa, as I was telling you,
Yeah, I was the same.
Right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, good to keep company. So it's just like we're saying here, to pay attention to how we're feeling, to not put ourselves under unnecessary pressure, to be gentle, and to ask for whatever help. I love the violet flame too. I've been doing that a lot with Patricia Cota-Robles. She's had us working with that. But yeah, it's like spiritual hygiene, and clearing and cleaning our light body is becoming more part of our daily routine, I'd say.
Yes, correct. Exactly. So I hope Joe is satisfied with our answers.
I think that passed the test. Yes, thank you. Yeah. She Alatea, she says yes here too, and to what we're saying here, intense energies and lots of integrating. And Sarah says she likes the threefold violet flame influxes, big fluxes of cosmic light incoming. Yeah, certainly true. Yeah, she says that, Joe says, yeah.
And it is very interesting as well, since this lockdown has started, how the human resonance, has gone boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So for everybody that's listening, if you feel tired a bit or whatever, and you feel sleepy, just go to sleep.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, I'm glad you said that, my friend, because in your gift of being able to deliver Shaktipat and be a channel for spirit in that beautiful, powerful way, and saying people will pass out to the point where they need someone to catch them because it happens so immediately. Yes. So I've said this many times. I've been listening to one channel teacher, Lazarus, for 33 years. And often I will go asleep during a meditation, and others will as well. And it's like, it's no problem, folks, because we're just taking the ego and we're putting it out of the way.
Yeah. Yes, it is very much like that.
Yes. We need to get our little bloated nothingness, as Michael Beckwith taught us, out of the way. Yes. Judith says here, Divyael, now we're getting some chatter. She says, I'm wondering why I never get drained. I ask for protection before I go anywhere. Well, there's your answer, my friend. Actually, I ground myself each day. I don't understand. Am I different? I don't know. Yeah, it's the higher we want to go, the more grounded we need to be.
Yes, correct. It is like that. That meditation we did with using the 6 strands of light from each foot,
Yes.
It is like that because the veils are getting so thin. You're skipping in and out of it all the time. We're skipping in and out,
Right.
And so you need to be grounded, and you need to be, centered, and just make sure you connect to the heaven and earth energy,
Yes. And I'm sure, well said. And I'm sure on one level, the whole meta experience of the virus, how it's forced everyone to take responsibility for our health and get a lot more conscious of what we're eating and drinking and exercising or not, and all these things, suddenly it's like life and death, and so I'm sure all of that is helping collectively humanity to move its vibration up a bit higher as well.
There was a funny thing happened just recently.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a priest or a deacon or somebody like that. They said that whiskey is
I'm ready.
it's a very good drink to drink. It feels. He said it's very cleansing.
Okay.
But he didn't say how much whiskey you have to drink.
Well,
A shot.
a shot, Jeanette says. Yes. Well, as I've heard, I've been sober for 30 years now, so I'm avoiding the whiskey healing methods. I know some people are big fans of the whiskey healing methods out there in the world. Yes, you'd like a little taste every now and again.
Okay. Yeah. It all started about 4 years ago when I was in Vienna. And I was staying with these friends, and he gave me a bottle of whiskey. I said, well, I don't drink whiskey. Oh, it's more than 4 years, about probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
He said, no, take a little bit at night and then see what happens.
Okay.
So, just a little bit. And that bottle lasted me, at least a year,
Very good. Okay. All right. I'm impressed.
And then I met Jeanette, now the bottle lasts about 2 weeks. No.
Jeanette, he's giving you a hard time, honey.
No, it lasts about 3 months, 4 months,
Okay. All right. Well, see, this is what we do, Divyael. We make mistakes, my friend. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Bless you. Yeah. Well, again, my friends, like we're saying here, anything that opens our hearts, that helps us love ourselves and love life and relax about everything. It takes the pressure off. Have a laugh. Get up and cut the rug. Do a little dancing, as we were talking about. That is good medicine.
Yeah. A friend of mine, some years ago, I was, in not in a good energy, a bit low. I was feeling low.
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah. And he said to me, he said, Divya, go and do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Never mind about anybody else. Just go and do what makes you happy.
Sure.
And he was from Sweden. He lived in the forest all by himself.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing man. Man. And an artist. But anyway, he's not with us anymore, and
okay.
I'm sure he'll be listening to us.
Sure. Brilliant. Yeah. Do you listen to Abraham Esther Hicks ever? Do you ever?
Yes. Sometimes. Yes.
Yeah. I it's for me. It's like whiskey. Sometimes I just need a shot of Abraham. and they're so joyous and so upbeat and so positive. And I always say this quote. They say the terrible price we're asking you to pay is a happy journey on the way to everything you want.
Mm.
And the simple quote is, they say the basis of life is freedom, and the purpose of life is joy. And if I take that to heart, and we look at how much sorrow and heaviness and difficulty there is in the world, for every one of us that's willing to pursue our passions and be of loving service to each other and find some way to express and explore our joy, Spirit is absolutely going to support these endeavors in the world and help this energy to be shared far and wide, because it's very uncommon still, sadly, at the moment. Yeah. It's the exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. It's I we can say so many things, but I'm hoping that people will keep asking questions.
Sure.
And this is why we are here.
Sure.
And
well, we're at 40 minutes. We might be coming kind of down to the home stretch.
Yes.
Let me give you a few more comments. Alatea says being able to go out in nature is so helpful. Nature really helps. Very. Sarah says deepening roots. I love 6 strands relating to the DNA. Thank you for this. She's friended you so you guys can connect. She's lovely. Sarah and I have done many great sessions together, great chats. Charlotte says, wow, thank you so much. You've really answered many of my questions. Thank you, Charlotte. Judith says, I use the violet ray that DVL did at my home. So there's some more love for you about that. Yeah, so there you have it. I think that's kind of what everyone has to say. We've had about 30 people on here at the high point. Oh, wait, sorry, one more. Here we go. Here's your prayer answered. What's the best way to deal with what is happening? I feel that injustice is done, and what happens is incorrect. Okay, I've struggled immensely until 1.5 weeks ago. Do I share on Facebook what is going on? Do I protest? Do I meditate? Well, of course, darling, these are all questions you have to ask yourself, but I appreciate you sharing that. What's the best way to handle the current situation? And how can I make sure the plans are not going through? Love, Abraham, by the way. Take a swing at that, my friend?
Yeah. You see, many of us have been through many, many lifetimes, old souls. And this group that we are coming together now are old souls coming together with huge information and also huge energy.
Yeah,
I understand that, Abraham, how he sees this injustice, and you get bloody angry about it,
Sure.
and why that because there is this warrior energy in us,
Right.
Many of us have been Knight Templars. Many of us have been like Roman soldiers, and proper warrior energy, and we because we now that we have awakened, we got this injustice, whatever is unjust, that is not there is no integrity. Really wakes you up and say, how the hell can you do that?
Sure.
And I understand, Abraham, what you're feeling, because it's your warrior energy waking up.
Yeah.
And it is good that the warrior energy is waking up.
Yes.
It is very good as waking up. And in a way, you know, and like you just said, Lou, is that whatever you feel like you do, just do it.
Yeah.
If you want to put it on Facebook, or if you want to go and join the marches out there, go and do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you, as long as you're not doing any violent stuff at all, because this lifetime is not what we're going to do. In the past, yes, maybe you take up your sword and go and take a few heads off and things like that. Yeah, it's good fun,
Sure.
But now you don't do it. You see now, but if you want to go out, because there are more and more people now are gathering in London. There's a huge march in London and blah blah blah. Take your energy there.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Take your energy there. Your energy that you're carrying is so much needed there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, my friend. We had this conversation, of course, a couple days ago as well, talking about these subjects, and that was very eloquent. If I could add anything to that, so I have a song I wrote called "Warrior of Love," and it's kind of like we were talking about John Lennon earlier. These are the paradigm shifting way showers to my mind, that Gandhi, etc., Martin Luther King, Yeshua ben Joseph, also known as Jesus, they were saying, yeah, be righteous in your love of the truth, love the sinner, hate the sin. That's the challenge, is not to take it completely personally and to hate people, because that is disempowering and that feeds the darkness in the world and in all of us, but to love truth and to try to embody the truth, which is an extremely huge challenge for every human, and be the solution, not the problem. That's the challenge.
Some time ago, I wrote a little sentence that I get lit in my head. It says, you have to walk beyond your boundaries to find the beauty within.
Yeah.
You see? And if you have to go and join, to the marches or whatever, and say, we are free divine beings, and if you have never done it before, and if it's the first time, it'll be absolutely interesting what awakens in you, because you have just gone beyond boundaries, beyond your boundaries,
That's
right. And this is what we are. This is what we are.
Yes, beautiful. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're striving, as Jesus said, be in the world but not of the world. So we're trying to, bring the truth into the illusion, and like we're saying here, every one of us has that in our heart of hearts, as we were saying earlier. If we can practice surrendering to that and listen to that and fill up with that, then when we come back into our body, we're of some earthly good. And we're able to maintain that dignity and that character and that passion and that vision without feeding the chaos and the confusion that the world is trying to wake up from. That's my highest hope.
Wonderful. That's it.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I get a lot of help, as you do, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Well, would you like to leave us here with a bit more energy work, a bit of Shaktipat or grace, or however you?
Okay.
Is that comfortable? I don't want to rush you. Do you have anything else in mind? I think everyone's feeling topped up, is what it's like over here. Yeah.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Super.
Great. Thank you. So we'll turn within. Take a deep breath.
I ask my team to come in and bring this divine consciousness to all who are listening and to all who have connected with us early on. Touch them with your light. Touch them with the light of the Father and Mother God. There's nothing to do but just go into your feeling bodies and let go. and let God touch you. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebaot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebaot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebaot. And so it is.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my friends, we've arrived. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we will do this again next week on Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and spread the word around, get as many people, and we help them with their light and whatever they need for now.
Exactly. Great. Divyael, my love to you and Jeanette. Thank you so much for this time together. Always a blessing, my brother. God bless you. And I will put your page and my page in the links here. And if people want to reach out to us
Yes.
and book sessions and all that, we're available for that as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Brilliant. Okay, my friends. Thank you. A great.
Bye-bye.
See you next Sunday, if not before.
Yes.
Peace and blessings. Peace.